What's up, guys? Johnny Draw 7 here to interrupt your current game of Magic to ask you a question. Can any monocolored turtle I mean, there's only about 6 to 7 artifacts that fit the definition of a turtle card, so you'd think it'd be tough. But I think I have successfully chosen a commander and handful of cards for each monocolor to somewhat successfully run a turtle deck. Drop a prediction for who you think I'll pick down below. First, what defines a color being able to turtle? 1. Access to passive token engines. 2. Access to passive draw engines. 3. A commander that is or supports these engines. Wait, so it's a token deck? No, it's turtle. There's subtle nuances. Look, if Ninja gets his own masterclass, I can make an archetype, okay? I'm not crying, you are. Go away, shut up. Let's get into it. Up first, we got white with God Eternal Oketra. This commander has built-in pseudo-protection by putting herself third from the top instead of command zone when it dies, but more importantly, it provides us with a solid-ass token engine whenever we cast creatures, which we'll be doing a lot when we run mono white. As far as card draw engines go, as expected, it's not terrible though. It's gotten a lot better over the years. Benny is fantastic with our creature token output and commander by allowing us to draw at the end step if a token was made that turn, which it will be most turns. Court of Grace passively draws us cards if we're Monarch, as well as producing flyers to keep our monarchy secure. Wall of Mourning isn't a passive engine per se, but it can generate 3 cards to draw fairly easily. All it needs is 3 creatures of different power at your end step. Pretty solid. Now's the fun part. Token engines. And white is fantastic at this. Who would have guessed? Luminarch Ascension turns every 1 and a white we have on board into a 4/4 angel with flying, if we go 4 turns without taking damage. And with tokens being pumped out, we probably have a lot of solid blockers. Seance gives us tokens of creatures that have died each upkeep, but they die at the end of turn. Great blockers. And you can snag some potential ETBs out of your graveyard. Priest of the Blessed Graph gives us 1/1 spirits with flying each of our upkeeps for each opponent who has more lands than us, which, again, we're mono white. Some cool side generators white has access to are treasure tokens and catch-up engines. If you're behind in blank, you get blank type cards. White overall turtle rating? 3 Donatellos out of 5. Decent enough, mono white problems. What do you want from me? Up next, blue, with Min Wily Illusionist. This thing might be my new favorite turtle commander. Hint hint. She gives you tokens whenever you draw your second card, and in turtle we'll be doing that every turn. These aren't just any tokens either. They're 1/1 illusions that get +1/+0 for each other illusion we control, and when they die we get to cheat a permanent that costs less than their power from our hand into play. Which, clearly, cheat more engines into play. This girl's the best. So card draw engines are fantastic, in blue, of course. Loyal Drake allows you to get an extra draw on combat if we control our commander. Deal. Kumena's Awakening allows everyone to draw a card during your upkeep, unless you have the city's blessing. Then it's, just you. Handan of Seeing Winds allows a good old-fashioned, straightforward extra draw for you on your upkeep. Token engines were surprisingly good in blue. Cards like Thopter Spy Network get turned on easily by the mana rocks every deck has naturally to spit out 1/1 flying Thopters each upkeep, and allows us card advantage when those Thopters hit. Best card ever. Fairwild Caretaker was under my radar until searching for blue token generators, which I don't do a lot. He's not bad. He allows us to take the initiative when he enters. I mean, yay. And as long as we have the initiative, we get a 1/1 fairy dragon with flying on our end step. Plus, we get to venture through the Undercity, which, again, Tezzeret Artificer Master allows us a 1/1 Thopter engine with its +1, and card draw with its 0. His ult, if you can manage to get it, allows us to tutor up any engine we need and put it directly into play on our upkeep. Some cool side engines blue gets access to are copying our stuff, like with Mechanized Production, spitting out copy tokens, scrying, and extra upkeeps, which naturally are insane in turtle. Blue's overall turtle rating is 4 Michelangelos out of 5. Great cards, slightly better as a support color, very solid. Alright, let's move on to black with Kirik, Son of Yawgmoth. This thing can come out turn 3 or 4, and allows you to just dump value engines on the board. And black has the best ones by far. First, card draw. Graveborn Muse is fantastic by drawing us a card and losing us a life for each zombie we control on our upkeep, which will be 1. Phyrexian Arena is a classic, allowing us to just lose 1 life, draw 1 card on our upkeep. Twilight Prophet, Phyrexian Arena's big brother, does the same thing if we have the City's Blessing, except our opponents lose life equal to the card we draw and we gain it. On the token generator side of things, Orpheomancer gives us a 1/1 Death Touch Snake on our upkeep if we don't already have one. Best chump blocker ever. Bitter Blossom is the Phyrexian Arena of tokens, allowing us to lose 1 and get a 1/1 flying fairy on our upkeep. Gisa isn't a token generator per se, but it's a deterrent in a similar way, turning our opponent's creatures that die into zombies with decay on our side. Some cool side engines black has access to is Life Drain, and stuff like Palace Siege, and Mana Ramp with stuff like Revel in Riches and Black Market, which works great with our token output. Overall turtle score for mono black is 4 Leonardos out of 5. It's got everything we need. Could use a bit more token engines, but it's fantastic. Up next, we got red, with Bergi, God of Storytelling, who provides us with extra mana to use whenever we play spells to potentially chain engines and maximize value. Her backside, Harnfell Horn of Bounty, allows us to discard some of our less useful cards out of our hand in exchange for 2 that we can only use that turn. That's fine with me. As far as card draw goes in red, it's limited. Urbrask allows us an extra card each turn, but we have to use it that turn. It also replaces your opponent's draw with this effect. Court of Ire gives us Monarch, which is always nice, and Outpost Siege gives us a limited extra card draw similar to Urbrask. On the token generator side of things, it's decent, with cards like Loyal Apprentice giving us a 1/1 Thopter with flying on our upkeep if we have our commander, Legion Warboss spitting out goblins each upkeep, or Chandra Flamecaller giving us limited use 3/1s to throw at our opponents. Red gives us access to some great damage engines, with cards like Crimson Honor Guard, which deals 4 damage to players on their end step if they don't have their commanders in play, Court of Ire, which is going to deal a hefty 7, and Descent into Avernus excels the game to speeds our tokens may be able to bring home. Red's overall turtle rating is a soft 2 out of 5 Raphaels. But they're big and fast Raphaels, super fast, good for an aggro spin on turtle. And finally we got green, with Arasta the Endless Web. I'm in love with this card. It's going in my Mercule deck 100%. It provides us with a decent body itself with reach, on top of giving us 1/2 spider tokens with reach as well, whenever our opponents cast an instant or sorcery spell, so all the time. Card draw on green is solid as hell. Court of Bounty allows us to draw a card if we're Monarch, Fecundity allows us to draw a card when a creature dies. That does affect players, but with our tokens we should get more use out of that than them. Heartwood Storyteller was another card I didn't know existed. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, each of that player's opponents gets to draw a card. Pretty solid actually. Just like the token generators in this color. Chitter Spitter actually gets pretty scary as the game goes on, getting us 1/1 squirrels for 1 and 1 green that get bigger for each acorn counter you put on the artifact by sacking tokens, which we have a lot of. Awakening Zone is a card that made me want to start Turtle in the first place. We get 0/1 Eldrazi spawns that we can sack for 1 colorless. Just really good. Hollowhenge Overlord also has the potential to spit out a ton of wolves, giving us 1 for each wolf we control on our upkeep. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 wolves. It's pretty good. Green gives us access to some unique engines, like Creature Pumpers, including Loyal Guardian and Averbruck Caretaker, that provide 1/1 counters to turn our tokens into more of a threat, and some decent mana ramp generators, like Into the Wilds, getting us lands off top. Turtle score for green, 3 out of 5. Shit. No more Ninja Turtles. 3 out of 5 Franklins. Great support color, mediocre draw engines, and removal. Maybe you guys know some hidden tech in these colors to make the strategies work better. Let me know. Are you guys interested in building any of these decks? I'm seriously considering Min Wily Illusionist. That thing is sick. Have a good one, guys. Go play some Magic.